Hi, I'm Aaron from Marmon Family Dog Training. And today we got 13-week-old Cane Corso Nova. And our topic for today is going to be training in drive. And just try to explain what it means to train in the drive state. So anything a dog is doing that's not just laying around is going to be a drive state's what's causing that behavior to happen. So there's a lot of different drives dogs have. Prey drive, food drive, play drive, pack drive, fight and flight drives. These are all drives that dictate their behavior. When a dog is in that drive, any one of these drives, this is when our training hat comes on. So if you work with me, a big theme you're going to hear always is we train in drive. That's our motto for our training program. So when a dog is in that state of mind, a drive state, we have to put on our training hat and start funneling that drive to a different behavior than what they're about to do. So if she chases after the squirrel and gets into a prey drive, we're trying to funnel her back to me by moving the other way and bringing that drive towards me. So anytime they're in that state of mind, we have to start training an alternate behavior. So we don't want to do is just extinguish the drive. If she sees the squirrel and we say, you don't move, you're not allowed to move. We want her to be able to move. We just want her to move to us or to a targeted location. So it's not about extinguishing a drive, it's about harnessing and funneling that drive to the behavior we want. So we can start building that by moving away from the dog always. Just moving away from the dog is going to start tapping into an inner prey drive the dog has. So her running towards me is fulfilling a prey drive. Her taking food from me is fulfilling a food drive. Eventually, she's going to start seeing my movements and following me because there's a pack drive built in. So the more drives we can appeal to the dog with, the more likely they're going to do what we wanted them to do because we're fulfilling the most drives. So we try to really charge ourselves with these drives. Moving away, feeding, getting them to jump on things. A pack drive is going to be fairly natural to the dog as they start establishing you as a family member. So we're trying to just create our own drive. And what she's doing right now is there's a drive being built in. That's where the jumping and excitement comes in for the food. Just like the speed that she'll give me is tapped into the prey drive. So we're trying to always tap into these drives. If she's in a drive, she goes one way, I'm going the other, and I'm trying to get her to start chasing after me, to funnel that drive back to me. So always remember, we train in the drive state. That if we only have a little bit of time to train with the dog and they're not in a hyper crazy state, we're trying to bring that drive out of them, moving them away, get speed going, use food. Food's a drive we can use. And there's more things you can start to use as the dog gets better. A retrieve drive is going to be another drive you can start using to funnel the behavior. But you always want to funnel the unwanted behavior, which is going to be caused by a drive, into a more fulfilling drive for the dog, which is what we want them to do. So if she's going that way, funneling, she's going that way, chasing after the squirrel in a prey drive, I'm going the other way, try to get her chasing after me with the food. So we now have two drives working on our side. But it's something you always want to remember because it's such a big important part of our training is we train and drive. When the dog's in a drive state, you have to start funneling it to a better behavior that we want. This isn't forever, but it's going to take about an 8 to 10 week commitment of really working with the dog to start getting them to associate you with the higher value drive than the thing that's distracting them. We build patterns in these drives, and when they're in that state of mind, this is how we start getting default behavior in that state of mind because we're training in that drive state.